Hey, we're Patty and Jeff, and we spent a week in Denali Campgrounds in Denali National Park in Alaska. And I just wanted to quickly share with you that there are 5 reasons why camping in Denali is different. We've visited 60 of our national parks, and Denali's definitely unique. First, it has its own reservation system, not recreation.gov. 2, you aren't assigned to a specific site, but a specific size site. 3, some of the areas are closed due to a landslide or are very difficult to get to. 4, none of the sites have utilities. And 5, there's only one check-in spot for all of the campgrounds. So let's check out how you'd camp at Denali. There are 6 campsites in Denali National Park. 4 of them are RV, van, tent, and 2 of them are tent only. The national park is laid out along one road, and that's it. That's the whole national park. It's a gorgeous park, but unless you're actually hiking up Denali, which you need to get a bush plane or a ski plane to get you there, you're probably going to go up this road. It's a 90-mile road, although you'll see it's not 90 miles right now. There are 6 campgrounds. Riley Creek is right up by the entrance. It's a walking distance to the visitor center. It's a beautiful place. It's also bigger than all 5 other park campgrounds combined. So if we go further down the road, and you can see you've got Savage River Campground, a couple there, and then you have a Teklonica Campground. That's kind of unique because you have to have a 3-day minimum to go there. And that's it for right now, because I said milepost 43 on the road has been closed now for a year and a half because of a landslide. They project it'll be closed for at least another year until they build a bridge across the landslide route. You've also got Igloo Creek Campground, but that is tent only. And as I mentioned, there's another one, the Wonder Lake Campground, but unless you fly in, you can't get to that. So pretty tough to do if you're in a van or an RV. So that is your campground options in Denali National Park. All right, as we talked about, there are generally 3 campgrounds you can take your RV to. Riley Creek, 147 sites, Savage River, 33 sites, and Teklonica River, 53 sites. Sanctuary River is tent only. Each campground has A sites, B sites, and C sites. And this is what's different than every other national park we've ever been to. A sites are bigger, they cost a little more, but up to 40-foot RV, B sites up to 30-foot, C sites are tent only. And also down here at Teklonica River, I mentioned there's 53 sites. It's only good for RVs of less than 40 feet, and they are snug sites, pretty tight. But Teklonica River has the 3-night minimum, but it's also beyond the area you're allowed to drive your personal vehicle to. This national park, like some, you can drive to a certain point, then you have to use a shuttle bus to drive out the rest of the way. And it's a great shuttle bus tour if you're visiting the park. But Teklonica River, there's a part of the road you can drive in your personal vehicle to get to your campground. But again, it's a 3-night minimum. So there are 3 types of campsites, A, B, and C. And you get a permit. It just lists A, B, or C. You just have to find one that's available. On my left and right are 2 A sites. The A sites are longer. I think anything greater than 30 feet goes into an A site. B site less than 30 feet, and C site are tent only.
B sites are for smaller RVs and noisy neighbors. Every site has a tent platform. This is ours in a B site. You can see there's not really people around too close behind you. Some people through the woods. Pretty good spot for a 19-foot van. Got a fire ring and a picnic table. There your neighbors are a little bit closer. Here's yet a 3rd type of campsite, tent only. These guys are right along Riley Creek. Absolutely beautiful.
So, not sure of all the pros and cons of this concept of the ABC campsites, but here's how it works at Riley Creek and any of the other campgrounds in Denali. First off, this McKinley Mercantile right here, this is where you check in for your campsite. Regardless of which of the 6 campgrounds you go to, you have to come here first. Don't make the mistake of driving 30 miles down the park road, discovering you've got to drive 30 miles back to check in here. You check in here first. And it's also a nice grocery store. It has nice showers in there. You have to pay for them, but it's also where you can top off your water and also dump your black water, your gray water. So once you've picked up your tag here, which goes on the post at your campsite, then you end up driving. I mean, you can walk this, I guess, but you end up driving each of the 3 loops, because it's not like there's all A in the first loop, all B in the second. No, they're all intertwined here, and they're mostly A and B. But you end up driving because you do want to find the coolest campsite you can. But you end up driving this loop, and then driving down. So, oh, let's go check out this loop. And then you drive down the 3rd loop. And as you can see, it has 137 sites. They turn over pretty regularly. I think you can stay a maximum of, I believe it's 14 days. But so if everybody's doing the same thing, there's a lot of traffic moving around the campground. So kind of inconvenient that way. But it's a great campground. There's some nice hiking trails out here. And as I said, the visitor center is right up here, all in walking distance. And the train station, if for some reason you want to see people on the train, that's right down here. So it's very conveniently located. And this Riley Creek is just a beautiful place to go for a hike. So here's a food storage locker they have at Riley Creek in Denali, and it's kind of bear proof. The bears are pretty smart around here.
Better not, Yogi. Why not?
Spent the night at the Savage River Campground here on the Savage River in Denali. A rainy day, our first rainy day in like a week or more.
A month.
A month. They could use it. Some fires out there that have been causing problems. So. A little rain is good for it. But nice campground. Same drill with the A sites and B sites. In fact, we got a site that somebody turned in. They had an A site, which means they had a bigger rig. And they said they absolutely could not fit in any of the A sites. And so they just handed us their reservation and we took it up on it. But they are very tight sites. But there's the campground in the pine forest right there. So there you have it. 5 reasons why Denali National Park is a little different than the other national park campgrounds. So my last bit of advice, of course, is go to the national park website at Denali and get any up-to-date information, last-minute information, valuable tips and tricks about how to camp in Denali. And also, it's a good place. You can either make reservations ahead of time, or if you're like us, you can do an audible and just kind of roll in and see what they've got available. They can accommodate both, but sometimes on busy weekends, they will be full up. So good luck to you, and thumbs up. Enjoy Denali. And speaking of thumbs up, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Take care.